Since COVID, working from home has been an option people really, really want. Those office spaces within a home is very difficult, especially with a young family around. So for this couple with young children to have this garden office built, not by us, but by another company, required a supply cable being fed. Now we managed to do that. We've just finished and completed the job with a trench dug from the house all the way across the garden through here at the correct depth, fed to a consumer unit that has been supplied by the cabin makers. We have got a brand new cable also with a high-speed internet access via a Cat6 external cable fed to this cabin. Perfect for that time that you need away from everything, away from the noise, where you can fully focus on your work. That, what you just saw there with the cable, brings me to this other matter that after 26 years, I'm still making mistakes like that. When you're an apprentice, that happens a lot. It happens a lot where you forget to run a cable behind something, or you suddenly realise you've not gone through a joist, you've gone over it, and the floorboards are ready to be put down, you've got to drag the cable all the way back out. You never ever stop learning. And the reason I put these in the vids is mistakes happen, and mistakes are good. If you don't make mistakes, you'll never grow. The mistake you don't want to have is to have an electric shock. That's a mistake that you don't want. But in stuff like that, it's just about being calm. It'll be all right. We just had to redo it, come back out and go through. But I wanted to leave it in the vid to show you that even experienced sparkies make mistakes. So if you're training, just be kind to yourself and be a little bit patient. A quick explanation of what we're doing today. So we had the trench dug. We've got our external cable that feeds our garden office, fed all the way along here. That's going to be pinned along all the way along the wall there. Goes to our garden office. You can see the lads in the background that are still finishing off the touches for it. And yeah, it's going to go all the way along through the wall there. And it's going to go, our DB, sorry, our consuming it for the house is in there. We've also got our fibre optic, our internet comes in from the street there. So we can do our data there because we have got our Cat6 external cable as well that's come through for the garden office to give them high-speed internet access down at the bottom end of the garden. This is beautiful weather. We're now going to measure out just our gaps between our linear clips to make sure our cable is clipped very nice and neatly along there, but also it's secure. We're going to go low level so it doesn't, aesthetically, we could go straight along, but we want to keep it low level, but not too low, so that if the grass grows or shrubbery's there, that it might get damaged. However, we say that, it's an armoured cable. It's very, very difficult to damage an armoured cable. But that's going to come all the way along there. We're going to make sure we map out just the correct distances. I'm probably going to go for 400s in between each clip because it's quite solid, the armoured, so you don't get that wavy kink that you sometimes get with other cables. It's getting quite windy, so I think it's time to crack on. And so we're going to be using the Armoured impact twister masonry bit. Send this out. We'll give this a whirl. So impact driver, not SDS. Be interesting to see how this plays out. These we're going to use along with our linear clips because they're obviously a 10mm bit. Looks nice. See how we get on.
Anything.
See how it's Zach? No, good man. We'll go. Cheers, Zach.
Knees hurting, man. Now we're back down the bottom end of the garden. We've just got to make sure that these cables are all nice and neat. So we've got our armoured here that we're just going to pull through underneath the cabin. We've also got our Cat6 data that's been run through the ducting underneath the floor. We just want to make sure these aren't tangled up. We can make sure they're
nice and straight so that they're ready for cleating and making look neat, because as we'll mention later in the video, this is what people say. Doesn't matter how much work's gone into that trench, this is what people are going to notice.
Need to get a new knife. I always do my taping up before it goes into the enclosure. Just makes it so much easier. So we're using our normal colours. Black's our earth, blue's our neutral, obviously brown's our live. If you don't know brown's live, you shouldn't be doing it. Just label it up using a bit of the old insulation tape as neatly as we can. If there's anyone out there that does sleeving every time, doubtful mate, I doubt you. A bit of blue, storm gland pack, which we use all the time now. Slide them on before I forget, I will forget. And go straight into that adaptable box now. That's our storm armoured gland, all done. Our junction box is all sorted. We didn't mount that, but that's all been done. Our cables are going to go through the small little hole that they've created through to our consume unit. We now just need to run cleats down there. Our cable's going to disappear underneath the garden room. This is all going to be landscaped afterwards, but we are getting there. It's important right now to make sure that the final details are neat. Yes, it took a long time to dig the trench. Yes, it took a long time to install the cable, but this is what the client sees. This is what everyone around will see when they look out of their bedroom windows, whether this is straight, whether this is neat, and whether it works. So we need to take our time. That is the pinch point. That's the moment that shows the quality. The reason I'm doing this is so that we have just a clean end of cable rather than that snagging. We have that. So as we said, cable's here, data's here. Data we can terminate down below. That's going to go where our fibre optic comes in, and all of our hub is our router. Our cable's going to go up here. We've already drilled a 20mm hole up into there. That's all ready to go. And then we're going to cleat back. So it's steady Eddie. We're doing okay today, and it shouldn't be too bad from here on in. Before anyone asks, I know I've got the tool, I've got the stripper, but we've had to go old school today.
Here we have our normal steel wired armoured. Does exactly what it says. It is armoured cable with steel wiring wrapped around it. Here we've stripped the armour in, and now we're just going to be IDing the cables like we did at the other end. Black is our earth, grey is our neutral, and brown obviously is our phase, conductor or live. Here we're using the storm glands that we always use for their speed. And we'll leave them in the description below for you guys to check out. And that is us done.
So this is the other end of our data cable that goes down to the garden office. In order to get it up and running off our router that's supplied by Sky, just the normal household one, we're going to use the Klein tools. These are the pass-through data plugs. Mint, really, really good bit of gear. So we're going to do those, get that set up, get it plugged in, tested. Let's see how it goes. So we've got all of our cores here. We know that when our plug is facing down, so this is our RJ45 plug, you can get these, but these are, like I said, the Klein push-through ones. So if you face it with the lever, push that down, so you're looking down at the copper bits facing up at you, that's how it's going to go in. And just to remind ourselves, we go white, orange, orange, white, green, blue, white, blue, green, white, brown, brown, left to right, and they go into there. Run them through like that. Yeah, we're all good. You can see that. And then again with our RJ45 plug facing down, you ready for this? We just slide them through like that to the point where it pinches through on the insulation of the cable. You can check again if you want to before you do it that you've got all your correct colours, which we have. Our Klein tools. data tool. Just push through on this, just pull it out. You can see there, that is our finished RJ45 plug that feeds our garden. And that'll go in the back of the router inside the cupboard. I just thought I'd show you how we've taken our Cat6 in. We just did a bit of black conduit. It's terminated through on a box there and then into our socket. So we do our final testing with our Fluke multimeter. We haven't been involved at all to the internals. It's just the feed that comes externally to this. So we're only quoted and going to certify the cable that we've installed, nothing else. But even so, we still want to do our due diligence and make sure that it is safe. So we're going to get our earth loop readings first of all, and then work through the others. This video might have brought up a few questions, whether you could have a garden office, whether you could have a supply cable run. Well, if you are living in the West Sussex area, get in touch with us at Tulp Electrical. However, if you've got any comments, any questions on why we're doing this, the products we've used, the tools we've used, the reason why we've done something, put it in the comments below. But as always, I ask, if you get a chance, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and if you want to leave a comment, we'd love it.